Hello, in this video we will start implementing Sparring, and I think we will split the video into two videos for once, where first I will be doing the backend and then the front end in another video. So to implement Sparring, first we have to add our new data model. So we go to Schema, inside Drizzle, and I'm only showing code this time because we won't be doing any front end, so there's no reason to have that window up. It makes it a little bit easier for me to actually code. So we need to implement a new data model, and we'll call it user challenge. So this is when a challenge is sent from one user to another. And this has to get name user challenge. And the fields we need here is an ID field. We need a, let's call it challenger ID, challenged ID, exactly. We need a status, which is an enum, and we need to define these states. Do that afterwards. And a created add field, that's about right. And that's actually it. We probably need some indexes on this as well, but let's make these statuses first. So to do those, we put them into constants. So we have a drizzle constants on this one. And let's just add them at the bottom. So we do constant challenge status. Let's do states instead. Pending, accepted, rejected, cancelled. And I think the last one we probably need is expired. And that makes sense. Let's export a type for this as well. So this type will just be either one of those states. And then we can use that one down here. And let's add some indexes to this as well. So we do like this. And we will have an index on created at, I think. And one on both challenger and challenged. I think that is what we will be needing. Finally, we also want to export the relations for this. So we do user challenge relations, and let's see if Copilot got this one. A challenger and a challenge. So that's just linking us up with the user model so that we can fetch this one and get the challenger and challenged user data as well. So that's actually it for the data model. Let's push this to the database, make db push, see if it works. Perfect. With that, I think the next thing we want to do is add the backend routes for our sparring. So let's see, do we add that? We have either the option of adding it to one of the existing routes, or we can make a new one, but I think we will make a new one. So let's copy here. We have all our routes, and we have one for combat. We copy that and call it sparring instead. And then we will, so that's the one I have open here. We will rename combat router to instead be sparring router. And we have to add it in the root. So we need to import it here. And we just add it down here. There we've added our new router. And maybe we just clear out all of these. Gone too far. Here, clear all of this. Clear all of this. Okay, so let's start out by figuring out what kind of routes we want. And I wrote a list here that I want to get user sparse. So this just gets all the challenges. We can also get the get user challenges. It's a protected route. Set procedures and then query. And this one just gets the context. User challenges. So that's one. Then we need one for creating a challenge. That's a mutation. That looks right actually, except this one will need to have some input. So we will need to put in input here, and that will be when you're creating a challenge, you just need to know the target ID. Create user challenge. Maybe we'll just mock things up here for this video and then actually take the implementation of all the endpoints in another video. I think that's make a few more smaller videos. Probably, maybe better than what we've been doing so far. So this will be our endpoint for creating a challenge. Then we will need one for accepting a challenge. That's actually fair. It will take a challenge ID as input. I think that's reasonable. Let's do create accept challenge endpoint. This one should start battle. Finally, cancel. Maybe not finally, but we need at least a cancel challenge. Input with have a challenge ID. That's not right. We'll do to do. Create a cancel for the creator. The challenge. So it's only the one who created the challenge who should be able to actually cancel that challenge, and finally a reject challenge, which is then only the one that got challenged who can reject the challenge. Exactly. Copilot is making all of this very easy. So these are all the endpoints we want. This thing is not needed. Maybe we can do a little bit more. I think we have not done much in this video. So let's do a convenience method here for just fetching a given challenge. Client. Why would it take a user ID? I think it should be a challenge ID. So this method will just basically fetch the challenge. So do await query user challenge find first, and we do where equals user challenge ID is equal to that input, and if it doesn't return anything, we throw a, let's just call it a single result. If it doesn't return anything, we want to throw a server error. Isn't this important? Imported? Yeah. Something like this. Challenge not found. Result. And here it's complaining we didn't import this new model, which is correct. Let's see where we're importing here. Take over this one. So this is needed for a lot of these endpoints. Another one we will need for a lot of the endpoint is one that updates the status field of our challenges. Let's just pull the schema up on the right. So this field, when we reject it, it needs to be updated to rejected and accepted and so forth. So we will need an endpoint for that. Call it update challenge state. Async, it needs a challenge ID and a state, which should be of this type thing we defined previously. So let's go here. We have drizzle. What did we call it? Call it challenge state. Let's import that one. Type from constants. And that is what we will here. So this function just has to basically update user challenge. I don't think you can do like that in Drizzle. You need to do update of the model set and then where. Copilot is not good at Drizzle. We'll just write it ourselves. User challenge ID. And what we set here is just the status, which needs to be, let's call it a status. We're not allowed to challenge state. What's the type? No, this is one of those types. Can we get it on a single line? Maybe not, but that's also fine. So basically, I think we can implement these endpoints quite quickly now. Maybe we'll end up implementing everything in just this video. So we fetch the challenge. In this one, if the challenger ID is not equal to the one calling the endpoint, we throw a server error saying you can only reject challenges. You can only reject challenges for you or against you. Yeah, let's just keep it like this. Why is it complaining about this one? Is it CTX drizzle? Yeah. And also, if the challenge status is not pending, you can only reject pending challenges. And then finally, we return await rejected. That looks about right. We could also say we want to return a base server response. So this means we have to return with a JSON that has a success and a message. And I think we will do that for all these endpoints. So we could do it all the way down here where we say success is true and message is challenge state updated like this. And now this one will success is missing on blah blah blah. I think it's just slow right now. Yes, it should be right. Anyways, let's just think here. This is the rejection, so it has to be the challenged. Yeah, like this, because you're only allowed to reject challenges towards you. I think I like it better if the cancel one is down here. And this one is pretty much the same. We wanted to have a base output as well. Except for this one, now it's the challenger, so it's only the challenger created by you can only delete challenges and cancel challenges created by you. You can only cancel pending challenges. And then we update the status and return that to the user. Why is it complaining? for both of these because it is getting this one as far as I can see. So it's returning this. Just throwing for all of these. This one is returning the promise of a success message. Is it because I've mistyped things? Yeah, it needs 2 S's. The wonders of TypeScript. Catching things that would be annoying to debug otherwise. That's good. Let's do... So the accept challenge is a little bit more difficult because there we actually have to start up a fight. Create challenge should be fairly easy to do. So I think we will limit how many challenges people can do. So we'll do one for recent challenges. Maybe let's wait with this endpoint. Let's do that in the next video because this will probably take a bit longer. Let's just take all the simple ones right now. So get user challenges should just return current challenges. So that should be easy. We do a find many, that's correct. Let's see what Copilot does here. We return the challenges. This is not the correct syntax. We want something like, it needs to be an and, where we have or, let's see here. So now we get all challenges where the challenger or challenge ID is equal to the user ID. And then we want greater than, not expires, it has to be created at, and seconds from now. That will work. Did we import this method? I don't think so. And here we probably need a new combat constant for so let's challenge. This is just the file for combat constants, and we'll make one called challenge expiry seconds and do 120 maybe. So basically a challenge expires after 120 seconds. And we need to import that. Do that from this one. And then here we do minus this one. So let's fetch everything going back this amount of seconds times 2. So you still see your most recent ones that are expired, but after 4 minutes they should not be shown anymore. So is this it for that endpoint? No, here we probably want to get also the challenger, where we need to get some of the columns. So basically we want the username, level, avatar, maybe at least rank. I don't think we want to show avatars on the page. So we need to get this one and challenged. So now the type of this, let's just check it, should be like this. We get the status of the challenge, the created at, we get the challenger and the challenged, and we get a list of all those for a given user. So I think this is it for the endpoints I will be implementing here. And I'll make another video for implementing those more cumbersome routes. Seems like this one not right. Yes. Perfect. So thank you guys for watching. I will make another video for spars. Maybe we will have 2 or 3 videos for this feature. Thank you guys for watching.